You wake up on time. You do what you're supposed to do. You meet deadlines, reply to emails, pay your bills. And yet, there's this quiet resistance inside you. Not loud enough to call burnout, not dramatic enough to call failure, just a subtle feeling that none of this really belongs to you. From the outside, your life makes sense. You earn consistently, your rent or mortgage is manageable, your subscriptions renew automatically, your weekends are filled just enough to feel balanced. Nothing is obviously wrong, but if you look closely, there's friction everywhere. It takes effort to start your work. Effort to focus, effort to care. Even things you once wanted now feel like obligations you maintain. So you assume the problem is you. Maybe you're just not disciplined enough. Maybe you need a better routine. Maybe you're just lazy. But what if that's not true? Most people don't build their lives, they assemble them. A degree that seemed practical, a job that felt safe, an apartment that matched the salary, a car payment that felt normal. Individually, each decision is reasonable, but together, they create a system you never fully questioned. A life that looks functional on paper, but feels strangely disconnected when you're inside it. So your brain reacts the only way it knows how. It slows down. Not because it's weak, but because it doesn't fully believe in where you're going. There's a simple psychological pattern behind this. The human brain can tolerate hard work. It can tolerate stress. It can even tolerate boredom, but it struggles with meaningless consistency. When your daily actions don't clearly connect to something you personally value, your mind creates resistance. Not dramatic resistance, just enough to make everything feel heavier than it should. So you procrastinate a little more, scroll a little longer, delay things you know you'll eventually do anyway, and it looks like laziness, but it's not. It's misalignment.
This doesn't ruin your life overnight. That's why it's dangerous. You keep earning, you keep upgrading, slightly better rent, slightly better lifestyle. Your expenses rise just enough to match your income. And now leaving becomes harder because the system depends on you continuing exactly like this. So you stay, not because you're happy, but because it's stable. Years pass like this, not bad enough to escape, not meaningful enough to feel alive. Quietly intelligent people approach life differently. They don't just ask, is this working? They ask, do I actually believe in this? They notice where effort feels unnatural, not to avoid it, but to question it. They design their lives with fewer moving parts, lower unnecessary costs, fewer obligations that don't feel like their own. Not to escape work, but to make sure their work connects to something real. Because when that connection exists, discipline feels lighter, focus feels natural, and the constant need to push yourself quietly disappears. So maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you've just been loyal to a life you never fully chose, and your mind is simply asking you to notice, pause, soft fade. If this made something clearer for you, you can subscribe.